Hello, welcome back to a new week of reading. As I said in my previous vlog, if you watched it, we will back to the regular schedule. Well, as regular as it was before. Anyway, so for today, I'm currently reading Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I finished Daisy Jones and the Six earlier today. I loved it. Okay, I'm even gonna come out and say I maybe like this a little bit more than Evelyn Hugo. I know, a lot of people prefer Evelyn Hugo over this, but I don't know. I really, maybe it's because I'm more of a music person than a movie person, so I really enjoyed like hearing like the writing process, how their experiences translate into these songs, and how the singing and the feel of the music, the performance, and how the crowd responded, how it was portrayed and just told in this book, just it made me just want to be there, just as much as it did in Evelyn Hugo, to be honest. Hearing what the movie was about, how the movie was shot, and the circumstances about everything that was happening while the movie was being shot made me want to see those movies. And the same thing with this one, even a lot more, because I really wanted to hear those music, like documentaries of them playing in these concerts. I just wanted to be there. Like, I really wanted to be there, and I was there, but at the same time I was like, I want to be there, I want to witness it. And it's so good. Again, this is told in a different kind of format, and people were saying that it is a lot better in audiobook form, so most probably be reading the audiobook form of Daisy Jones and the Six once I'm able to borrow it from the library, because I'm currently, I don't know, 7-8 weeks from being able to borrow it, but it never really reaches that point, like probably like half of that time, so I don't know, we'll see. Definitely, I love this book. Okay, I just love this book so much, and so I decided to read a book of the month book again, and that is again Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I'm not really so far into it yet, like 50 pages in, and this book is definitely a lot more dense than Daisy Jones and the Six. I thought that I would be like flying through this as well, but I'm not, and I appreciate that. I feel like I'm taking it for granted when a book is not as fast paced to read as as Daisy Jones and the Six was for me. This is a lot more straightforward. Daisy Jones and the Six is a lot more straightforward in terms of like storytelling, how the story was going, and like the words and the narratives. It's just more straightforward. This one, you really need to be like present to get transported to it, and I need that. I feel like I really need that. I can't be like 95% in like 90, I don't know, 80, 70% just paying attention to the book and thinking about something else. I need to be focused on reading the book, because I feel like that's making me stress out. Like I'm doing something that I love, but my half of my brain is like somewhere else, thinking about somewhere else. So I'm gonna do that with this one. So yeah, that's it for this week. That's today's Sunday. Hopefully this week will be a really good reading one. I hope so. I really hope so, and I'm planning on making it one. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in my next update. Hello, welcome back. I shouldn't be saying welcome back, because I'm pretty sure I have updated you guys sometime this week. But I'm updating you guys again because today's Saturday. I didn't have work this morning, and I'm not going to be having Saturday work for a month, 2 months and a half. For whole of July, whole of August, and about 2 weeks in September, because summer break for kids. So my second job is, a little chill. Even my first job is, like my main job is also pretty chill, because it is like summer camp right now. Anyway, so I wanted to update you guys because I finished Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, and I loved it. More than anything, I love Celeste Ng's books because we're not just following like a person or two people, and it's an adult contemporary novel, I want to say, or is it literary fiction? I don't really know how you would categorize this on top of my head, like I can't think of it right now. But I read her book Everything I Never Told You, I think last year, and I really enjoyed her writing, and I really enjoyed her story, and the same goes for this one too. It really takes you to that place, and it also has that same very nostalgic feel, like someone's just telling you a story in a very like beautiful way. And as I said, we're not just following a character too, we're following a whole family, actually two whole families. And I just really love the dynamics between them and the other people that are affected, are also that are the and the other families that are also related to them. So here in this book, we're following Mia and Pearl, who moves into this really private and kind of elite subdivision area place called Shaker Heights. And as expected, these people are, they're very rich. They're one of the, top 90%, in terms of like wealth. And they have, really big houses, and they're very close knit, but at the same time there's a lot of, tension and drama within the families in this community. And Mia and Pearl are not like really big, like they're not part of that elite group, like elitist group. They just moved in. Her mother's an artist, and she doesn't have a full-time steady job, and she's a single mom. So they're not like the typical Shaker Heights kind of family. And they move in here, and the dynamic kind of changes with them in the mix. It's not impactful, like they're like two people who suddenly like changes the whole thing. No, particularly we're following Mia and Pearl and how they affect the Richardson family. And Mia starts working for the Richardson family. They're actually renting one of their houses, and Pearl, her daughter, befriends and becomes like an additional part of the Richardson family. She befriends pretty much all of the siblings, because I think there's like four of them. Yeah, four of the Richardsons siblings. Four of the Richardsons, and yeah, they just changed the dynamics between their family too, and then they get involved into this custody battle between Mia's friend and the Richardsons' family friend, when they want to adopt a Chinese American baby. And there's a lot of things going on, and we're just really learning about the community and the people and their lives. And I really like how we touch on each character, and we see their past and their present and what happens in the future too. Like we get glimpses of that. So it's such a good book. Definitely 5 out of 5 stars. I'm definitely looking forward to more of Celestine's book. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. So after I read that, I was like, okay, maybe I need to read something different, because this is a contemporary-ish kind, So I decided to pick up Walk Away by Cory Doctorow. I started reading this. I haven't even gone through chapter 1. It's not like I don't like it, but I feel like I need to be in a good headspace for it. So I stopped reading it. I'm not DNFing it. I will be planning on reading that soon. And then I started reading Meet Cute by Helena Hunting. And okay, I've read 122 pages of this, and I think in the first chapter alone, I already felt like this is something I might DNF, and I am DNFing it. I mean, I tried. I got 122 pages in, but I was struggling. Like, there's just a lot of things happening that I don't like, that doesn't make me comfortable. So we're following two characters here called Kayleen and Daxton. Daxton is an actor. He's a child actor, this very famous TV show, and Kaylin is a big fan of him and pretty much her childhood crush. And they meet in college, in law school. They became, friends, but then it says here that something happens. Dax, Dax betrays her, and so he comes out on top of the law, like the year, and she comes in second. And so it's that kind of dynamic. And there's just a lot of stuff that I am not comfortable with, like I said. First of all, I understand attraction. I understand finding someone very attractive and sexy and, all that. But there's like a line where it just becomes too much. Like, it's all about sex, suddenly. It's like, there's too much mention of body parts and tingles and hard-ons, and I'm not into that. Like, I understand that, like, that happens, but like, if it's like every minute that they talk with each other and they have interactions and that happens, just like, you're not hormonal teenagers. Even hormonal teenagers don't really have that all the time. Like, why are you so, like, and it comes off as insensitive sometimes. Like, I don't think like the situation fits like their thoughts. Just, I mean, he okay, Dax, in a few pages in, he loses both his parents, and suddenly he's in custody and in a custody battle over his 13-year-old sister. And that's not a spoiler, it's in the premise. And even while he's grieving and that's happening, there was still a lot of this sexual things that I'm just not okay with. Like, it's a very emotional moment, losing both your parents in a very tragic way and suddenly being in custody of your 13-year-old sister. But there's just, it's very heavy, and like all the sexual innuendos and the sexual stuff going on is just not making me feel very good. And there's a lot of checking out of people and judging other people for their looks. And like, even Kaylin is always talking about how hot Dax is and how attractive he is, and how everyone in the room is very attracted to Dax, and they're getting flustered, and they keep staring at him, they're drooling at him, their voices are high pitched, they're like so fangirly around him because he's so good looking. And like she's like judging everyone for that when she's also the same. I mean, she mentioned that, yeah, she's the same, but also like she judges these people hard for doing the same thing that she's doing pretty much. Like, and Dax is just like, he comes off as very conceited. Like he knows that people are attracted to him, like girls are attracted to him, and he's just like, thriving with it. Like there are some signs that he's like not enjoying the attention, all that, but there's still also a large part where he's just like thriving under the things that he makes people feel, and it's just not okay with me. Okay, there's already a lot of stuff going on, so I did enough. Okay, I have a lot of issues already. 122 pages into this. Okay. And there was this scene where he's in his parents' bedroom and he finds this toys that his parents use. And it's just like really weird and creepy to me. That, I mean, some parents do that, I guess. Some people, like, couples have that, I guess. But there's just an undercurrent of him possibly using those things. I'm just like, no. No. So I'm DNFing that book. I don't like it. And I also DNF'd a book earlier this year, or was it last year, called The Proposal. I'm not sure if that's also by Helena Hunting. I don't know. If it is, I'll like put it up on the screen, but gosh, no, not that. So, rant over. I decided that I will be reading. Oh, I still have my library tag on that. This one that I also borrowed from the library, called I Want to Be Where You Are by Christina Forrest. Hopefully this is gonna be better. I've heard some people talk about this, and it's also a contemporary book. I think it's pretty short. I mean, it's very thin. Like, I think it's only like 200 pages. Yeah, 260 pages or so. So this is gonna be a very fast read. If this is gonna be like really good, I might finish this today and update you guys later. So this is what I'm gonna be reading right now, because I'm definitely dropping that. So yeah, that's it for right now. If I'm gonna update you guys, I'll see you guys later.